Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Thank you for joining me once again for one of these Magic the Gathering box openings. And for this one, we are just going to be opening up one singular little box here. It's going to be a Spider-Man one. Now, why are we opening up a Spider-Man one? Well, at the time of the recording for this, the Spider-Man Noir trailer came to my attention, and I was like, hey, I have a box of Spider-Man. Why don't I give it a try? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be opening it up, and we're going to be seeing which Spider-Man we can get. But the main goal of this is to see how many Spider-Noirs that we can get within it. So, while, of course, trying to find some cool things in this, though maybe you would argue that there isn't a whole lot of cool things within it because, considered one of the best selling sets in terms of what stores bought, not what the actual people bought. But, it was a little bit of an underpowered set. There are a couple of cool cards in there. That might come across something new. We'll see. But we have a lot to be able to go through here, and we're going to see if we might be able to get either anything new or anything cool. All of them, got the packs, rare in each one. We'll see what we got. A little bit of Taxi Driver from our special decks there. One in a red, 3/1, Human Pilot, 1 in tap, target creature gains haste until end of turn. Okay. A little bit of Subway Train, another one from there as well. Oh no, the special ones have the the spider symbol on it there, not the mask. I just don't remember any of these. Subway Train, 2 for a 3/1 artifact vehicle. ETBs can pay green. If you do, search your land library for a basic land, reveal, put in your hand, and then shuffle, and you can crew for 2. Merciless Enforcers, 1 in a black, 2/1 human mercenary villain, lifelink, 3 in a black. This deals 1 damage to each opponent. Wild Pack Squad. You know what? We're not going to go through all of the commons and uncommons there. We'll just be saying them. Wild Pack Squad. Whoosh. I really like Whoosh, just in terms of its name. Mob Lookout. A little bit of Bagel and Schmear, one of the ones that kind of really takes people out of it. A little bit of New York City vibes. Ezekiel Sims, the Spider Totem. Never heard of him before. Sudden Strike. We got a little bit of a Black Cat and I can't remember her name. Webb or something like that. Superior Foes of Spider-Man. Are these the people that are dressed up as superheroes or something? Ooh, Carnage, Crimson Chaos. That's a nice one to get. I don't think that I got this art of him, so I will certainly take this. 2, a black and a red, 4/3, a legendary symbiote villain with trample. When a ETBs, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. The games this creature attacks each combat if able, and when this creature deals combat damage to a player, you sacrifice it. And it's got a mayhem cost black and red, meaning that if you discard this from your hand, then at any point in time on the turn that you discard it, following legal rules of playing cards. So because this can be only played at sorcery speed, you got to play it during one of your main phases. You can then play it from your graveyard. It's not like Madness, which as it goes to your graveyard, it's exiled instead, and then you get the chance to pay its Madness cost. This one is just on the turn, you get to pay its mayhem cost. So starting off good with Carnage, I'll certainly take that. And starting off with a double rare pack here, we got Jackal, a Genius Geneticist. I believe I really like this one from when we opened this up months ago. Green and a blue. For a 1/1 legendary human scientist villain with trample, whenever you cast a creature spell with mana value equal to Jackal's power, you copy that spell, except the copy isn't legendary, and then you put a +1/+1 on Jackal. Yes. I really like that, mostly because I just like the copying of the spells. So, you got your creature. Well, you make another copy of the creature that goes on the battlefield, and if you got a sorcery instant, you get to play it again. Absolutely will take that. And we've got a Kapow, smacking up Mysterio enough nice foil. I think that the art looks really, really nice on this. You know, just looking at all of the different angles for which Spider-Man is punching him. Very, very nice. I will take that. And a foil planes going down the middle of the street there. Now, because we had gotten only the collector boosters at this point, we don't have any of the lands yet, so I will certainly take all of the lands that we can get. Treasure with a little bit of Doc Ock and a little bit of Human Citizen on the back. Okay, so starting off with a 2 rare pack. Seems like a good sign. Let's see if we can keep that up. Spider-X Daring Dino, Common Crook, Daily Bugle Reporters, Passenger Ferry, where, what is it, the Tom Holland one, you know, cut it across and he had to web it back together. Shock with the Shocker, Masked Meower, a little bit of Spider Cat, Gallant Citizen, looking like someone, an astronaut there, maybe a little bit of J. Jonah Jameson, Mechanical Mobster, kind of looks a little bit like Krang, but I know that this is in TMNT. Tombstone Career Criminal, you know, making all of the villain spells you cast cost 1 less, so it's always really, really nice to be able to do that with your mayhem costs. Spider Girl Legacy Hero, okay, Earth 982, I guess. Hobgoblin, the Mantled Marauder, the Not-So-Green Goblin. Maximum Carnage, so we're getting multiple Carnages here. 4 in a red. Saga ETBs, you put a lore counter on it during your draw step. You add a lore counter, you sacrifice it after the 3rd. ETBs, until your next turn, each creature attacks each combat if able and attacks a player other than you if able. If you play it on your main phase 2, you don't have to swing in with your stuff. Next draw step, you gain 3 red mana. Now you have to be able to use that at instant speed because it will drain out after your draw step there. And then last one there, it deals 5 damage to each opponent, just a little bit of extra damage. And getting a little bit of foil Oscorp Research Team to spend a whole lot of mana just to draw 2 cards. No thank you. Oh, and it looks like we're getting a non-foil of some of our weblands there. So we'll still take those as well. You know, it's always nice getting the different types of lands. But it is also good to be able to get our regular ones since we couldn't get those before. Electro's Bolt, just doing a little bit of burn damage. Another Spider-Rex, another Common Crook, Selfless Police Captain, Unstable Experiment. You got a little bit of that Green Goblin going on there. Venomized Cat. Okay, you know, cute little guy. Gallant Citizen, Vibrant Cityscape, Sandman's Quicksand. Terrific team up, a little bit of Miles Morales and Peter Parker there taking down Venom. Costume Closet, seeing all of the different versions of Spiderman in there. Rocket-powered Goblin Glider. Rocket-powered Goblin Glider. I keep on tripping over my words saying that. 3 mana for an artifact. Equipment. ETBs. If it was cast from the graveyard, you attach it to a target creature you control. Equipped creature has +2/+0, has flying and haste, has equip cost of 2, but it also has a mayhem cost of 2. So you discard it from your hand, and you can play it for 2 mana there on that turn during, you know, following summoning restrictions. Very nice. We'll take that, and a nice little foil shock there of the Shocker. And same exact planes that we got this time, just non-foil, and same treasure token in the back there. Okay. Nothing completely outstanding yet, but, you know, we're still looking. Angry Rabble, Craven's Cats, Venom, Evil Unleashed. He's more of an anti-hero, but some could probably be evil. Web Up, Mysterious Phantasm, Oscorp Research Team, Scout the City, Spottabot, Madame Web Clairvoyant. Not a great movie. Web Shooters, just going a little pew-pew. Supportive Parents, I remember this being one of the better uncommons to get because of just this. Tap 2 untapped creatures you control to add a mana, so, you know, you can filter in all of your unused creatures for stuff. Villainous Wrath, okay, a good one to get. I'm glad to get this one. 3 double black sorcery. Target opponent loses life equal to the number of creatures they control, then destroy all creatures. So someone is doing a go wide board. Well, you can punish them for that, and then for 1 more mana, as opposed to like a damnation, then you remove everything as if it was a damnation. So Honestly, really, really good removal spell. I absolutely will take more of those. And a little bit of Rhino's Rampage just for a little bit of fighting nonsense there. A little bit of Savage Mansion. So a tapped Surveil land. This must be the ones that started off with the Strixhaven ones that we had there. And more treasure and human citizens. Okay. Alrighty. Next back there, Spider-Man, Brooklyn Visionary, and we've got lots of nice little graffiti artwork in there. Inner Demons Gangsters, so maybe Mr. Negative's guys. Selfless Police Captain. Doc Ock, Sinister Scientist, just a small little Doc Ock. Romantic Rendezvous. Masked Meower again, a little bit of that Cat Spider. Spectacular Tactics, and Mechanical Mobster. Moebius, the Living Vampire. Very memey movie. Not a good movie, just, you know, fun if you like bad movies. Silver Sable, Mercenary Leader. More, you know, all of these legendary creatures, because we've even got Kraven, the Proud Predator. Ooh. Its power is equal to the greatest mana among permanents you control, so he starts off as 3. Okay. Agent Venom. I don't know how this one's done. 2 and a black, 2/3, legendary symbiote soldier hero with flash and menace. And whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may draw a card and lose 1 life. We've been seeing a whole lot of these Phyrexian Arena effects on cards of instants, sorceries, on creatures, on enchantments there. It seems like that's kind of the go-to for a lot of these right now. And a foil rare Arachne Psionic Weaver. Very nice. We like getting our foil rares in our regular boxes. 2 and a white, 3/3 legendary Spider-Human hero with web slinging 1 white. You can cast this for 1 white. If you also return a tapped creature you control to its owner's hand, and as Arachne enters, you may look at an opponent's hand and then choose a card type other than creature, and spells of the chosen type cost 1 more to cast. So instants, sorceries, enchantments, what have you there, artifacts, you can do a little bit of you know, staxing on them. And, you know, the big thing is it's spells of the chosen type, so that counts for you as well. So you have to make sure that you have everything out that you need. And we have a Forest Spiderweb land. And honestly, a very intimidating robot for a 1/1 flyer, not gonna lie. Oh, and we've got our hot dogs as well. Grab your dogs, because we are getting some mustard. Alrighty. What we got next here? Another Romantic Rendezvous, Professional Wrestler, Scorpion Sting, Doc Ock Sinister Scientist, Wildpack Squad, Pumpkin Bombardment, good old Green Goblin, Spectacular Tactics, Rhino's Rampage. There's the Green Goblin, just a Revenant, and surprisingly not a green creature because of everything that happens. The Spots Portals, Hydro-Man, Fluid Felon, our rare of the pack, potentially 2 rares. Double blue for a 2/2 legendary elemental villain. Whenever you cast a blue spell, if Hydro-Man is a creature, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. And at the beginning of your end step, you untap Hydro-Man. Until your next turn, he becomes a land and gains tap, add 1 blue. So very nice of just, you know, attack in if you want to, and then be, hey, I want some extra mana there. You can do that. And we are correct. It is a double rares. We have Spider Sense. Going to be detecting the Green Goblin's glider so that you dodge out of the way and it kills him instead, just like in the Tobey Maguire ones. Ooh, I spoiled the movie from like 20 years ago. 1 and a blue, instant, web-slinging blue, as you may cast a spell for blue. If you also return a tapped creature you control to its owner's hand, and you counter-target instant spell, sorcery spell, or triggered ability. That triggered ability one is particularly good. Very, very nice. But, you know, countering any of the spells is also good as well, so we'll take that. And a foil Wildpack Squad and a foil Ominous Asylum there. Get more of our surveils. Surprisingly, only 1 regular lantern so far. I mean, 1 as in its foil and non-foil, but we've gotten 2 Spiderweb lands. Interesting. Stegron, the Dinosaur Man. Okay, they're just bringing the dinosaurs back from the dead, I guess. Kapow, just not in foil, still good art. Swarm, Being of Bees, that's like a D&D character. Starling Aerial Ally, Doc Ock's Henchman, Scout the City, Pumpkin Bombardment, Spider Bot, Flying Octobot. Now we've got more bots. Spider Slayer, Hatred Honed. So I guess someone's trying to go after Spider-Man. Scarlet Spider Kane, which I believe I've got the alternate artworks for, or maybe this is just a different one. Don't recognize it. Mary Jane Watson, MJ, 1 and a hybrid red-white for a 2/2 legendary human performer. Whenever a spider you control ETBs, you draw a card. Ability only triggers once each turn. I don't think I had MJ, so I will absolutely take that. And we're getting a foil professional wrestler and another ominous asylum and treasure citizen. But yeah, you know, obviously spider deck or changeling deck, anything that would really help out with drawing the cards, can have her in just to help out. Another professional wrestler, Scorpion Sting, Wild Pack Squad, Unstable Experiment, Taxi Driver, Spider-Man, no more. Spider Islanders, absolutely a horrifying thing. Get me away from all of those. Eerie Gravestone, where Peter Parker comes back to life. We saw that on the Reanimate version of the special bonus sheet cards. Robotics Mastery, Daily Bugle Building, Heroes Hangout, very much enjoy it there of just, you know, hey, you know, they're hanging out and all liquids falling out that way because they're sitting on the side of a building. Ooh, I don't think that we had gotten the spot before, and if we did, we didn't get this artwork of it. 3, a white and a black for a 4/4 legendary human scientist villain. When the spot ETBs, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent and up to 1 target non-land permanent from a graveyard. When the spot dies, you put him on the bottom of its owner's library. If you do, return the exiled cards to their owner's hands. Very, very nice. You know, dies, doesn't actually go to the graveyard. And hey, you know, you get a couple of cards back. That's kind of decent. And a foil Venom Evil Unleashed. And a foil Mountain Spiderweb. So we're getting a lot of these ones here. So kind of makes sense of, ooh, a little bit of hot dog. Makes sense of why maybe the lands aren't quite as expensive as sometimes they can be. All right, well, we've gotten a few new things so far. That's nice. And we probably have new commons and uncommons since you can't get them all through the collector boosters. Taxi Driver, Subway Train, Merciless Enforcers, Web Up, Mysterious Phantasm, Angry Rabble, Oscorp Research Team, Eerie Gravestone, good old Aunt May, just keeping us well fed. Wall Crawl, going on up the building. Spider, piloted by Penny. I don't think that we had gotten this version of it. We just kept on getting the alternate art, so good to get that one. And another J. Jonah Jameson, 2 and a red for a 2/2 legendary human citizen. When J. Jonah Jameson ETBs, you suspect up to 1 target creature. A suspected creature has menace and it can't block. Whenever a creature you control with menace attacks, you create a treasure token. Because, hey, you need those fighters, not ciders. Photos. You need photos of that Spider-Man. Bring me them photos. I need to make them photos of the Spider-Man. And some Daily Bugle reporters there, just reporting in on stuff. Get our mountains there, the peaks of all of the skyscrapers there. Nice artwork on that one. And a Spider Illusion villain. Ooh. Can't be having those illusion villains. That's not good. Alrighty, Steel Wrecking Ball, Grow Extra Arms. It would be absolutely terrifying. I remember seeing some stuff on this when I was young about it being within a comic. I'm like, ooh, that's a real Spider-Man. Risky Research, Thwip, Amazing Acrobatics, Spider Manifestation, very good one there. You know, just being able to tap down for some extra mana, but also untaps anytime that you cast something big. And it's just, if it's, whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater. So, you know, if you got a free spell that is worth more than this, it untaps. You find a way to reduce the cost below 4, it still untaps. It's based off of CNC, not the amount of mana that you spent on it, like some of the recent ones we saw in Strixhaven. Hot dog cart there. This is where you get your food token, and we've got Spider-Man reading a newspaper there. News Helicopter, Scorpion Seething Striker, Wraith Vicious Vigilante. I don't think we got this one before. I had a little bit Fear Gas, like with Scarecrow from DC. Damage Control Crew there, fixing up all of the stuff from the Green Goblin. Ooh, Superior Spider-Man. Now, this is a good one to get because you can use its abilities so well. 2, a blue and a black for a 4/4 legendary Spider-Human hero. With Mind Swap, you may have Superior Spider-Man enter as a copy of any creature card in a graveyard except his name is Superior Spider-Man, and he's a 4/4 Spider-Human hero in addition to his other cost when you do exile that card. So what you do is you put a super powerful card into your graveyard, milled there, and then you get this one out, exile it, and then you can just be swinging in with something super powerful with a really good ETB trigger, but attack trigger or just, consistent trigger for you to get off there. Very, very good card. Good to get more of those. Vulture, Scheming Scavenger there, a Sinister Hideout, and a Treasure. Okay, so getting through 1/3 of the packs there. Now, interestingly enough, not a single mythic yet in the first third, so hopefully we can get at least one in this. It'd be nice to get at least 4. I think 4 is kind of what we strive for in these regular boxes. Subway Train, Merciless Enforcers, Spider-Man Web Slinger. I think this was a really, really good one in Pauper. Whoosh, Stegron, the Dinosaur Man, Spider Manifestation, another good one again. News Helicopter, Spider Bite, Web Warden. I don't know if we'd gotten this one, and if we did, maybe we got the alternate art version. Alien Symbiosis. Oh, sorry, Eddie Brock, you are getting taken over. Spider-Mobile. It's got maybe spider webs on its tires. I don't know how it would drive up the building like that. And Kraven the Hunter, not the other Kraven that we got. This is regular Kraven the Hunter. 1 a black and a green, 4/3, a legendary human warrior villain with trample, and whenever a creature an opponent controls with the greatest power among creatures that player controls dies, you draw a card and you put a +1/+1 on Kraven the Hunter. So find a way to kill a lot of your opponent's stuff. I mean, black in the cost of this, you're probably going to have a lot of black spells there. Make it bigger there so you can draw cards. Very nice. And we're following it up with another one here, another double rare pack. Spider-Man 2099. I can't remember his name from the movie, but he's in my colors. He's a blue-red spider. 2/3 legendary Spider-Human hero from the future. You can't cast Spider-Man 2099 during your first, second, or third turns of the game. He's just too good. Double Strike and Vigilance. Look at that. Double Strike Vigilance on a 2-mana creature. 2/3. Beginning of your end step, if you've played a land or cast a spell this turn from anywhere other than your hand, Spider-Man 2099 deals damage equal to his power to any target there. So you cast stuff from your graveyard, from exile, from the top of your library, doing some extra damage. We'll take that. And we got foil bees, not the bees. Mayhem cost 1 black with flash. That's impactful. You could use it as a defender. And a Spider Planes and Treasure Spider. Not too many different tokens I'm seeing here. We've got some food. We've got some spiders. We got some treasure. We got some citizens. And we got the illusion villain, Kraven's cat. So we've gotten a lot of Kraven. More bees, not the bees. More good Pauper Spider-Man. Some more Whoosh. Always like my Whoosh. Stegron, the Dinosaur Man. More cute Venomized Cat. Spider Ward Spider. Okay. Daily Bugle Building. A Vulture Scheming Scavenger. Molten Man Inferno Incarnate. Yikes. Get Hydro Man in here. Put this guy out. Oh, there we go. First Mythic, and it is one that we've had before. I can't remember, we might even have 2 copies of this from when we opened up the collector booster boxes. But it is one that we have. Web of Life and Destiny, 6 double green, enchantment Convoke. So you can tap down your creatures to help pay for 1 or a color that they are. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, you look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature from among them onto the battlefield and put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So Look at the top 5 and just put a random thing onto the battlefield. Sounds good to me. I'll certainly take that. Oh, double rare in this pack here. Kraven's Last Hunt. Like I said, more Kraven. This is where Kraven killed Spider-Man, and I think that's where the Spider-Man reanimate thing and the eerie gravestone, I think, is all part of there. So lots of things pairing up with this. So 3 and a green. ETBs mill 5 cards. When you do, this deals damage equal to the greatest power among creature cards in your graveyard to target creature. So if you've already got stuff in your graveyard, it happens. It doesn't have to be among the things you mill. And first, you know, right after the draw step there. So first main. So actually the Carnage would work there because it would give you the 3 red in the first main phase. So first main phase, after this comes in, target creature you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Just a little bit of swingy. And on the third one, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. So I think I'm trying to understand this here. So we've got Kraven going after Spider-Man. So probably does a whole lot of stuff to be able to go through and inflict some damage onto Peter Parker to make him go after each other there, and then Kraven buffs himself up so that he can actually kill the Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man returns from the grave. That's my guess there. So we'll take that one. And we've got foil extra arms. No! Creepy! And a swamp. So now we've got in, what? Plains, swamp, mountain. Can we get the other ones? Ooh, and more food tokens. We need more hot dogs. Give me more hot dogs. We need those as tokens there. Make our food token deck with just eating dogs. Spider-Gwen, Free Spirit, Guy in the Chair, good old Ned. Venom's Hunger, he gonna eat you. City Pigeon, he's got more hot dogs there, and that one's got a donut. Beetle, Legacy Criminal. Spider-Man No More, see you later, Spidey. The creepy Spider Islanders, no thank you. Spider-Ward Spider. Spider UK. Shriek Troublemaker, not the Troublemaker, but the Troublemaker. Spider-Man India. And Lizard Connor's Curse, I do like this one as well. 2 double green, legendary Lizard Villain. 5/5 with Trample. When it ETBs, up to 1 target creature, loses all abilities and becomes a green lizard creature with base power and toughness 4/4. So you can nullify something with a very annoying ability, specifically a creature, or if they've got something that's super big, like a Galta or something, you're like, I don't want you swinging in at me with that, it becomes a 4/4 and loses all of its abilities, including Trample. So kind of a semi-removal spell on a creature, which is really nice. Wisecrack, you know, just doing a little bit of vicious mockery. University Campus, just more of the surveillance. So still getting more of those. And again, noticing that so far all the ones that we've gotten, the green and the red one, the black and the blue one, and that white and blue one, they're all ones that are not Strixhaven colors. Another kapow sound effects in the comic. Venom Evil Unleashed, Web Up, Mysterio's Phantasm, Angry Rabble, Vibrant Cityscape, Lurking Lizards, the Serum, Connors, what have you done to us? They're talking in the lizard people language. They're going to take over your government. Mob Lookout, Chameleon, Master of Disguise. Honestly, a very good one there. Something that I've heard from, some people that talk about, finance ones, that this is actually a good one to potentially go into because it's got effects similar to Sakashima, but it's a whole lot cheaper and easier to get. I think it's still less than $1, which is nice. 3 and a blue, 2/3, legendary human shapeshifter villain. You can have it enter as a copy of a creature you control, except its name is Chameleon, Master of Disguise. It's only something you control, whereas I think Sakashima is anything on the battlefield. But it's got mayhem cost, so honestly, I will definitely take more chameleons. I think that they're going to be very good in the future. No. Where's my spider suit? I need my spider suit. Oh, there we go. Spider Noir. And we get Multiversal Passage. Well, I wonder where he came from. So we finally got our titular card that we're looking for. Spider-Man Noir. 4 and a black, 4/4 legendary spider human hero with menace. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, put a +1/+1 counter on it, then surveil X, where X is the number of counters on it. So we got our special Spider-Man Noir, and we got our special land of multiversal passage that we definitely want. As it ETBs, you choose a basic land type, then you may pay 2 life. If you don't, it enters tapped, and this land is the chosen type. So basic land types: plains, island, swamp, forest and mountain there. Just whatever you want, but very, very good one to get, so we'll absolutely take that. And see you later, Spider-Man. You're no more. And a foil Sinister Hideout. Okay. And the Spider and the Illusion Villain. No, not the Illusion Villain, but yep. So far, gotten our 1 out of our 4 mythics that we're looking for. We have gotten a Spider-Man Noir and plenty of double rare packs. A little bit more kapow. I'm looking here, and I'm not sure if you can see right there. That looks like it might be an alternate art card. Woo-wee. What are we going to get? Another Venom Evil Unleashed. So Whip. Doc Ock's Henchman. Steel Wrecking Ball. More hot dog cards for more hot dogs. The Lurking Lizards with the taking over the government. Cute Venomized Cat. The Secret Identity. Who is Spider-Man? And the Shocker, Unshakable. We saw you on Shock. I wonder how it linked up with you. I have no idea. And I can see behind here, this is our alternate art card, which is going to be a Web Warriors. Look at all those different ones. We've got Spider UK, we got Spider-Man India, we've got a Cowboy Spider-Man, we got a Spider-Man Horse, we've got the Spider-Man with all the extra arms, we've got like a hulky Superman, not Superman, Spider-Man, some other ones that I can't exactly see, and I don't know if that's Arachne that we saw before, but we got a lot of different Spider-Man there. I don't think I got this one, so I'll take that. And we got a Sandman, Shifting Scoundrel. Again, one I don't think I got. 1 in double green, Star legendary Sand Elemental Villain. Sandman's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. Sandman can't be blocked by creatures of power 2 or less, so no jump blocking. 3 in double green, return this return this card and target land from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Ooh. So it comes back and makes it a little bit bigger. Okay, a little bit of regeneration. I like that. With a deck that might be sending a lot of stuff to the graveyard. Spider Slayer in the foil. More Sinister Hideouts. Human Citizens. And a copy. Pointing Meme. You know what I mean. Or do you know what I mean? Uh-huh. That's a game from a while ago. Probably more than 10 years ago. Electro's Bolt, Spider Rex, Common Crook, Daily Bugle Reporters, Passenger Ferry, Beagle and Shamir, Masked Meower, Cute Little Kitty, Gallant Citizen, Prison Break, Spider's Man, Heroic Horde. So this is your Spider-Man that is like the Bees, Not the Bees, where it's just a bunch of spiders inhabiting a suit like a hive mind. Yikes. Flash Thompson, Spider Fan, biggest fan, also biggest bully of Spider-Man, of Peter Parker. And we got Spider-Woman, Stunning Savior. This is the one that is Stack's piece. 1 in a hybrid white-blue for a 2/2 legendary Spider-Human hero with flying. Venom Blast, artifacts and creatures your opponents control enter tapped. Nice little pseudo-disruption piece on there. Certainly will take that. And a foil, Hide on the Ceiling. Now, I know we got plenty of these before. X and a blue for an instant. Exile X, target artifacts and or creatures. Return the exiled cards to the battlefield under their owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So you can do a little bit of saving stuff. Like they put targeted removal on. You're like, whoops, nope. I don't think so. They try to board wipe with the Blasphemous Act, and you're like, nope, I'm going to save most of my good stuff there. This also works on artifacts as well, and you'll get ETB triggers, you'll get Leave the Battlefield triggers. You won't get Die triggers because it specifically exiles them, so you got to be careful on that, but we'll take more of those for those types of decks. And we've got more Spiderweb Forests and the good old Treasure Citizens. Okay, we're moving and grooving. We're a little over halfway. I think we can get this done within the hour's time, specifically since we're not reading everything. More Craven's Cat. Bees, not the bees! Thwip, thwip, thwip. Getting all the bad guys, amazing acrobatics. More Spider-Gwen. The Guy in the Chair. Vibrant Cityscape. Mob Lookout. The Living Brain. We haven't seen a U come up this time yet. Prowler, Clawed Thief, more uncommons that we haven't seen this time around. And Rhino, Barreling Brute, again, more uncommons. What do you say about that? I say we get Spider-Ham, Peter Porker. You know, more interdimensional spider things, I should say. This is not a Spider-Man, this is a spider thing, because it is a spider boar hero. One in a green, 2/2, a legendary creature that, when it ETBs, you create a food token. That's right, you get to create your hot dogs, but you get the Animal Mayhem. You know, he is a little bit of a jokester, and because he is animal-related in the animal-related New York City, lots of these animals get just 1/1. It's just an anthem effect. Other spiders, boars, bats, bears, birds, cats, dogs, frogs, jackals, lizards, mice, otters, rabbits, raccoons, rats, squirrels, turtles, and wolves. You control get +1/+1. So a lot of the stuff that you see from the Bloomborough set there is going to get a little bit pumped. Good job there, Spider-Ham. More terrific team up. We get a little bit of foil, more foil venom action, and a Suburban Sanctuary. Again, looking at green and white. Don't have that in Strixhaven there, so we are good on that. Ooh, there's our hot dog for our Spider-Ham. Look, he's eating it right there, except this is human hand. So, disgrace! We can't have human hands on his stuff, and he's a boar hero. What are you doing with a hot dog? Do you know that it's made from pigs? It's boars. Don't be a boar. Guy in the Chair. Venom's Hunger. Om nom nom. Starling Aerial Ally. Amazing Acrobatics. More Spider-Gwen. Some Oscorp Research Team. Mechanical Mobster. The Raging Goblinoids. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah. This guy's dancing really, really badly. Sun Spider. Nimble Weber. Yeah, it looks like we're getting some new, not new, but like stuff that we hadn't gotten in all of the other ones for the uncommons so far. Oh, you brought me the pictures of Spider-Man. Very, very nice. J. Jonah Jameson is thrilled. Parker Luck. Okay, I don't think I got this one either. You know, all of the stuff happening. He's just fired from his job. Venom comes around, fails to save people. Doc Ock comes after him. Aunt May dies, breaks up with Mary Jane. Just, you know, Spider-Man. 2 in a black, enchantment, beginning of your end step. 2 target players each reveal the top card of their library. They each lose life equal to the mana value of the card revealed by the other player. Then they each put the card they revealed into their hand. So if you've got a way to manipulate the top of your deck, well, you could make someone take a lot of damage and put it in your hand. You could also take a whole lot of damage yourself. You got to be careful. Hopefully they got a land on the top, but that's good to get. What are the odds? Now that's some Parker luck. Ba-da-dum-bum. Roll credits. So doubling up on the Parker lucks and getting a foil spider manifestation. We'll certainly take that. Plains and treasure. Okay, still looking for island and forest. Wow. I would have expected this within a collector booster. Not in a regular pack, but hey, like I said, that's just the Parker luck there. I didn't have it, and I think that it could be a fun addition to a few decks, so why not get a couple of them? Thank you very much. We're almost a third of the way through and still only 1 mythic. Come on, you can give us a couple more. Shock, Spider-Man Brooklyn Visionary, Inner Demons Gangsters, Selfless Police Captain, Doc Ock Sinister Scientist, Balin Shamir, Mass Meower, Little Kitty Cat, Ezekiel Sims, Spider Totem, Sudden Strike, Costume Closet. Man, I think that we got those ones all in the same one before. Shadow of the Goblin, but we didn't get that one. I like me some Shadow of the Goblin. 1 in a red, enchantment, Unreliable Visions. Beginning of your first main phase, you discard a card, and if you do, you draw a card. Very nice. Helps out with your Mayhem cost. Helps out with your Madness cost. Undying Vengeance. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, this enchantment deals 1 damage to each opponent. So kind of similarly to that, at least that second effect, to the good old Passionate Archaeologist, whereas Passionate Archaeologist is target, I think it's just target creature or player, but you do it based off of the mana value. So that's the only difference. But this does 1 damage to each opponent, so it's just flat 3 to everything. Absolutely, we'll take those. And it looks like we got a double rare in this one too. Ooh, a Peter Parker camera. He's taking a picture of him fighting either the Green Goblin or the Hobgoblin. How does Puck get those close-ups? He's so baffled. 1 mana for an artifact that enters with 3 film counters on it. You read it 3. Not 2, not 4, but 3. Monty Python. 2 and tap. Remove a film counter from this artifact. Copy target activated or triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Okay. I don't think we got this one before. I like this one. I think that there's a lot of decks that I have where I want the triggered abilities, and specifically, I have a couple that like to proliferate the counters, so being able to get multiple triggers on things would be very, very nice, i.e. doing that. Now, I do wonder if technically proliferate is a triggered ability. I could see you also doing something like if you were running low on stuff, or maybe you've gotten a copy of Peter Parker's camera, like you made a copy of an artifact or something, and you've got 2 of them out there. You could use one to, tap down and be like, oh, that proliferate trigger, yeah, it happens twice, so I get 2 counters on this, 2 counters on the other one, so that you're always paying 1, but it keeps on going up by 1. That would be nice. I'd certainly like that. I think this new one, great to add to the collection, and a foil Selfless Police Captain. And we were asking for an island. There's an island, just not the regular one, but we'll always take more cool lands. Thank you very much. And last pack of the second third. Come on, we need some extra mythics. But more importantly, we need more Spider-Man Noir. Venom's Hunger, nom nom nom. Starling Aerial Ally, we seem to see them together a lot. Doc Ock's Henchman, Steel Wrecking Ball, The Girl with the Extra Arms, Creepy Man, Scout the City, Pumpkin Bombardment, Ehehe, School Days, not to be confused with the visual novel turned anime School Days. Don't watch it. Tombstone, Career Criminal, Rhino's Rampage. Oh, we got the Cosmic Spider-Man. Now, I did not get this one. Now, this is also known as Scion of the Earth Spider, which I believe, because of agreements that have been made, they're going to be able to put the regular cards into Magic the Gathering Online Arena. Magic the Gathering Arena, that's what it is. But I did not get this one, and I wanted to, because easy way to make spider heroes, like a really easy thing to make. 1 of each color for a 5/5 legendary spider human hero with flying, first strike, trample, lifelink, and haste. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, other spiders you control gain flying, first strike, trample, lifelink, and haste until end of turn. So, just granting all of your spiders just additional abilities there. The haste, allows them to just be swinging in turn 1, first strike, and lifelink, be able to get some life there. Now, something that I do note is that if you've got some way to potentially give all of your creatures or spiders, or however you want it, Death Touch, which I think it is possible. I think that there is at least 1 spider that says give your other spiders or give your other creatures Death Touch. That's very good, because then you're like, oh, hasty, being able to attack in. And then you're like, okay, first strike, deal 1 damage to it. The Death Touch takes it, and then you assign the rest of the damage over it, and you still get all of your lifelink, but you get to kill the creature without it hitting you. Very, very nice. I will absolutely take the Cosmic Spider-Man. Ooh. And we get a second Superior Spider-Man. Thank you very much. That is a great one. We will certainly take that. Thank you very much. Please, please, please. Honestly, good pack so far. I did see that we have a showcase card behind this in the foil spot. So what do we got? Ooh, showcase foil on a rare. Very nice. Aranya, Heart of the Spider. 1, a red and a white for a 3/3 legendary spider human hero. When you attack, you put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature. Darn, I wish it was on each attacking creature. But whenever a modified creature you control deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn, so a little bit of impulse draw on that. Again, very good with the Cosmic Spider-Man because you give it that lifelink and trample. If you can give it that death touch, you're always pinging them, pinging them, pinging them. You get to impulse draw a whole lot. And we're getting an Ominous Asylum robot. Food. Oh, we got the hot dog in it. That's how we know. Okay, I mean, last pack of that second third, pretty darn good pack. The only thing it didn't have in it was a Spider-Man Noir. Come on, can we get a second Spider-Man Noir? We've gotten 2 Superior Spider-Mans. We've gotten 2 Parker Lucks in the same exact pack. We can get 2 Spider-Man Noirs, right? Grow extra arms. We got plenty of those. We're growing so many arms. We've probably grown... there's like the creatures in Greek mythology that start with Heka something, but I don't know the full name. But it means like their name translates to essentially like the 100-handed ones there. That's what we're doing. We're on our way to becoming a 100-handed one. Risky Research, Daily Bugle Reporters, Passenger Ferry, Gallant Citizen, Oscorp Research Team, Mechanical Mobster, Sandman's Quicksand. You know, don't get caught in it. Morbius! You've returned. And well, if we can get 2 Morbiuses, we can get 2 Spider-Man Noirs. Wisecrack, not foil this time. A little bit of that vicious mockery. Oh, I did not realize that you could get the bonus sheet cards in here. Well, that's a wonderful surprise. We get a little bit of Mystic Confluence. 3 double blue for an instant. Choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. A little bit of mana leak. Return target creature to its owner's hand. A little bit of disruption, or you can do it on your own stuff so you can replay and get ETB triggers or draw cards. Yeah, you're probably going to be countering something and then, you know, doing one of each of these or doubling up on them. Mostly going to be the case. I don't actually know if I've gotten this one yet, so that's actually really nice. And I just saw we've got a showcase card behind this. Ooh, another good pack to start off our last third. Ooh, Spider-Man 2099. I know that I've gotten this one before in this artwork, but still, I like me some blue and red cards, so I'll absolutely take this. Thank you very much. And honestly, he just looks really, really cool. I think Miguel might be the name of Spider-Man 2099. But we'll absolutely take that, and we get some spider shooters as he's doing. He's doing a little bit of thwip, and he's just making a mess. Hopefully they dissolve. Ooh, and a foil swamp spider webs. Thank you. Okay, so maybe not as good as the last one there, but I did not know you could get the bonus sheet cards in these. I assume that means you can probably get the bonus sheet cards in the other ones where there are now bonus sheet cards, which is really nice. That would be great to get. Makes me want to, if that's the case, I haven't, aside from the collector boosters, I have not opened up any other play boosters of Final Fantasy. If you can get just, you know, these bonus sheet cards in them, it would be great to open up a Rhystic Study or an Ancient Copper Dragon. Not gonna lie, I would be thrilled for that. More Romantic Rendezvous, Kapow, Sound Effects, Venom Evil Unleashed, Web Up, Mysterious Phantasm, Spiderbot, Spectacular Tactics, more Spider Manifestation. We like those. We want to see those. Thank you. Web Shooters, Thwip. Hobgoblin, Mantled Marauder. It's okay, so we're seeing duplicates. Can we get another Spider-Man Noir, please? Madame Web, Clairvoyant, okay, you know, bad movie. We want what's hopefully going to be good movie. We want Nick Cage. We don't want whatever this is. We want Nick Cage. We got Scarlet Spider, Ben Reilly. Okay, so this is what we got, not the Crimson Spider-Man. This is the one we got before. 1, a red and a green. 4/3, legendary spider human hero with web slinging red and green. Trample, sensational save. If Scarlet Spider was cast using web slinging, he enters with X +1/+1s on him, where X is the mana value of the returned creature. So for, you know, a 2-mana creature, you know, as coming in as a 2-mana creature, he could be, you know, like 6/6. Well, he's 1 less, so 6/5. 7/6, it just could be a very large creature. Very nice. And a foil Merciless Enforcers, Savage Mansion, and Treasure. We're still, I think, looking for one last one. Nope, we've gotten all of the Surveil lands, but we are still looking for the regular island and the regular forest, if we could, please. Risky Research, City Pigeon with the hot dogs there, and the donuts. Don't forget the donuts. Beetle Legacy Criminal, Shock, 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 Spider-Man Brooklyn Visionary, Spectacular Tactics, Pumpkin Bombardment, Superior Foes of Spider-Man, Terrific Team Up, Flying Octobot, Spider-Mobile going up that building in some odd way that I don't know, and Symbiote Spider-Man. Okay, so we got this one last time, but only in the showcase art. So, good to get new arts. 2 and a hybrid blue-black for a 2/3, not 2/3, a 2/4 legendary symbiote spider hero. Whenever this deals combat damage to a player, you look at that many cards from the top of your own library, put one into your hand, and the rest go into your graveyard. Find new host. 2 and a hybrid blue-black. Exile this from your graveyard to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, and it gains this card's other abilities. Activate only as a sorcery. Actually a very neat ability. You can come in, do the damage as you need to. It goes to the graveyard, or you just mill it to your graveyard yourself, and you've got a big creature that's got trample. Like this gives all of your spiders trample. This already has trample. In a Spider-Man deck, and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna give that to one of the things there, so I can just keep on getting some new cards. Nice on that one. Foil Scout the City. Ooh, there's our forest there. Lots of trees lining the street there. Probably a richer part of the city, I'm not going to lie. And Treasure and Human Citizen. Okay, so we are just missing out on the island. If we can get an island, that would be nice. Spider-Man Noir, perhaps. Could we get one more of those, please? It would also be great to get some more mythics. Electro's Blast, Spider Rex, Common Crook, City Pigeon with the hot dog, Beetle Legacy Criminal, Spider-Man No More, See a Spidey, Eerie Gravestone, see there he is popping out of that same gravestone on the back of Craven's Last Hunt, Vibrant Cityscape, Green Goblin Revenant, Spider-Girl Legacy Hero, Scarlet Spider-Cane, so this was the one that we got before that I thought was the Ben Reilly, but it is not. And we've got Aranya, Heart of the Spider, just not in the alternate art, which is good because we don't have this one yet. So that is very nice. Again, putting the +1/+1 on one of your target attacking creatures. If you attack this turn, and all of your modified creatures, if they deal combat damage, you get to Impulse Draw. Okay, and a foil Mysterious Phantasm, a nice little green coloring there. Ooh, and we got our mountain spider webs there. Ooh, hot dogs as well. Always will take the hot dogs. Thank you. Nom nom. I'm basically going to be having dinner right after this, so seeing all those hot dogs is making me hungry. Not going to lie. All right, Angry Rabble, Craven's Cats, Bees, not the Bees, Thwip, 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 Amazing Acrobatics, Scout the City, Spider-Bot, Silver Sable, Craven, Proud Predator, lots of Craven, a little bit of Spider piloted by Penny, a little bit of robot action, more hide on the ceiling there. So we got, I think, 3 of these in our collector boosters. Now we're getting 2 in here. Again, good for protection, good for blink decks there. We'll take it. And oh, we are getting another good one here. Oh boy. Didn't get this one in the last one, and it's a new mythic for us as well. Nice. 1 and a red for a 2/1 legendary human performer hero. When Gwen Stacy ETBs, exile a top card of your library. You may play that card as long as you control this creature. So a pseudo impulse draw, except it doesn't leave until Gwen leaves. So you just permanently are able to play it for a while. And you can transform this for 2, a blue, a red, and a white. Activate only as a sorcery, or if you've already got the mana, you can play the backside of this for 2, a blue, a red, and a white for Ghost Spider, the Spider Gwen, for a 4/4 legendary spider human hero with flying, vigilance, haste, everything that you could possibly need there, you know, giving a little bit of love to each of those. You got your Vigilance, you got your Flying, you got your Haste. Whenever you play a land from exile or cast a spell from exile, put a +1/+1 counter on Ghost Spider. Now, we see that a lot with the Mayhem costs, but you got to be careful because, I mean, a lot of those are in, like, black, red, black, blue, so you got to find the ones that are just blue, just red. Remove 2 counters from Ghost Spider, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. So can go into its effect there as long as you've been playing more and more and more of those. So if you got some way to proliferate, that would be great. But oh my goodness, we are almost at our 4 that we're seeking. And one of them we already had. But hey, we got 2 new mythics. That's pretty good. And we got the dog. And we got Jackal, Genius Geneticist. So we got another foil in this. So we got a 3 rare pack with one of them being mythics. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is what we like to see. Sinister Hideout. And we obviously have our hot dog. What a fantastic pack. If only all of them could be just as good as that. I would say, you know, we saved the best for last, but to be fair, we've still got a few more packs to go. Inner Demons, Gangsters, Daily Bugle Reporters, Passenger Ferry, Electro's Bolt, Spider Rex. Ew, Spider Islanders, get away from me. The Lurking Lizard's going to take over the government. Oh, I can see that we got a showcase card here coming up. Daily Bugle Building, Heroes Hangout, Robotics Mastery, the Iron Spider, Stark Upgrade, 3 for a 2/3 legendary artifact creature Spider Hero with Vigilance. Tap to put a +1/+1 counter on each artifact creature and or vehicle you control. Honestly, very, very nice. If you're running an artifact deck, if you're running a vehicle deck there, getting on absolutely everything is good. And you can pay 2 to remove 2 +1/+1s from among artifacts you control to draw a card there. If you've got plenty of artifact creatures and vehicles out and you're just like, yeah, you know, I'm going to remove some from ones that don't really matter just to draw some extra cards for 2 mana, yeah, by all means. And our showcase card is going to be, ooh, okay, yep, that's a good one there. We got another multiversal passage with this kind of like artwork that we're getting of all of these different ones. We got the Superior Spider-Man. Oh, there's the one with all the extra arms that we saw with like the cowboy one. We've got this like white and black Spider-Man. This is that Riley character. I don't think I got this artwork, so yeah, I'm absolutely thrilled to get this. Man, the last of this is getting really good. The Mystic Confluence, Gwen Stacy there, you know, another multiversal passage. Spots Portals in the foil. And, ooh, a foil forest. Okay, thank you. And treasure. Yeah, you know, like, we're ending off on a good note, which means the last pack is not going to be good. Now, we haven't been rubbing any of these for luck because, honestly, it's the Spider-Mans. We're going to take what we can get from it. More Shocker Shocks. Spider-Man Brooklyn Visionary, Inner Demons Gangster, Selfless Police Captain, Unstable Experiment, Romantic Rendezvous, Spider-Man Festation, very good, Eerie Gravestone, Spider Slayer, Hatred Honed, Spider Bite Web Warden, Supportive Parents, another good one to get. With Great Power, I can't remember if I got this one before. If I didn't, even better, get new stuff. 3 and a white, Enchantment Aura, enchant creature you control. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 for each aura and equipment attached to it there. Very, very good in your Voltron strategies. All damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to enchanted creature instead. You know, not too shabby there. If you can make it big or you give it indestructible, that's even better. And a foil Pumpkin Bombardments. Pew, 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 pew. Mountains and robots. Ooh, and we got the hot dog on the back there. Nom, 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 nom. I'm looking forward to a little bit of Din Din. Thank you. This one's got a little bit of a line on the front from sealing everything up. Spider-Gwen, Free Spirit, Guy in the Chair, Venom's Hunger, nom, nom, nom. Starling, Aerial Ally, Doc Ock's Henchman, Hot Dog Cart. We got more hot dogs. Cute little Venom Cat. Skyward Spider, Wraith, Vicious Vigilante, Damage Control Crew. Come on, we need that Spider Noir. That's black, but it's not noir. It's Scorpion, Seething Striker. Spinneret and Spiderling, 1 red for a 1/2 legendary spider human hero. Whenever you attack with 2 or more spiders, you put a +1/+1 on this. Whenever it deals 4 or more damage, exile the top card of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. So as long as this has power 4 or greater and can deal that damage, you get to impulse draw with it. Not too bad, especially as a 1-drop there. And ooh, web up. That's a lot of foiling on that one. It feels a little bit like extra ones. Oh, he's got a little bit of spider card there. And a little bit more Savage Mansion and Treasure. Okay, 2 more packs. We'll actually rub for luck on this one. Penultimate pack. Are you going to provide something cool? Spider Noir, The Island, another mythic, some good showcase card. We could get another bonus sheet card. Common Crook, Selfless Police Captain, Unstable Experiment, Romantic Rendezvous, Professional Wrestler, News Helicopter, Spider-Man No More, See Ya, Spider-Man, the Creepy Spider Islanders, On May Feeding Us, Web Crawl, Spots Portal, come on, we need that Spider-Man Noir, Bioorganic Carapace. Okay, so I got a few of these in the collectors as well, so not as thrilled to see this one. Our Rubbing for Luck didn't do anything this time. 2, a white and a blue artifact equipment. When these ETBs, you attach it to target creature you control, and a equipped creature gets +2/+2, and has whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card for each modified creature you control. So, you know, you get a lot of +1/+1s on your stuff. You get a lot of equipped things or a lot of things with or enchantments on them. Hey, you can get a lot of extra cards on it there. Again, I think that there are plenty of places where this can go. Craven's Cats, University Campus, and Treasure. University Campus with its white and blue going very good with that Bioorganic Carapace. And I think we might be just barely over the hour there. Oh no, I was trying to get this within an hour. Last pack, Rubbed for Luck, Professional Wrestler, Scorpion Sting, Good Old Popper, Spider-Man, Web Slinger, Doc Ock, Sinister Scientist, Taxi Driver, News Helicopter, Bigelin, Schmear. We had to get one last one of those. Ooh, another Chameleon. We'll certainly take that. Molten Man, Inferno Incarnate. Again, Hydro Man, come in, put this guy out. Flash Thompson, Spider-Fan. Now, unfortunately, I think that's the last one, but I think we've got a double rare pack here. Nope, it's just Rhino. Okay, we got 4 uncommons. I thought we got another one. Nope. We've just got Rent is Due. Oh, no. No. We can't get this one. We've got so many of these. 1 white for an enchantment at the beginning of your end step. You may tap 2 untapped creatures and or treasures you control. If you do, draw a card. Otherwise, you sacrifice this enchantment. You know, it's a way to draw an extra card each turn just by tapping down some stuff. So, we got it, but that's about it, because we just got a Venom's Hunger, an Ominous Asylum, and a Robot, but we end off with a Hot Dog, which is decent because I'm going to be going to get some food. We fell short by 1 on our mythics, but we did get some good ones here, especially these 2. This is still a really good one there that I can use, especially since, you know, you can convoke down the cost. But some good mythics. We got 1 bonus sheet card, surprisingly. We got plenty of rares here, including, you know, our alternate art Multiversal Passage was nice there. We got some alternate arts here, a foil showcase. A couple of Superior Spider-Mans is good. The Piers Parker camera I really enjoy. The double Parker luck in the same pack was also pretty hilarious. Another Multiversal Passage there. Spot was new. Mary Jane I think was new. Spider-Sense I think was new there. Another Villainous Wrath is nice, and the Carnage is nice as well. You know, I think we got some decent stuff, and so thank you for joining me on this one. I'm going to go off and grab some dinner after this. Please take care of yourself. I'll look forward to having you back on the next one. Until then, see you later.